You're just trying to get a green light to do something physical. Please get this man off the show. Where's his replacement?
Back up on my bullshit, back up on the scene. Done dealing with you, don't know how to deal with me. Done fucking with you, don't know how to love me.
Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm Sharon. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today, as you saw by the title, we're going to be reviewing Too Hot to Handle Season 4, Episode 6. But first, let me get some things out the way. The weather sucks, okay? So it is just severely dark. I have each window and blind open, and I even have lights on. And it still is just really dark, and I am refusing to bring out the ring lights, okay? I'm just not gonna do it. So we're just gonna have to make it do what it do with this. Also, I've tried over the course of the videos to hide the mic, but today I was unsuccessful, okay? So just ignore that. Now, we can get into it. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It really helps me out 1,000, okay? And it's really easy and simple for you to do. And if you enjoy the content, it will make sure that you don't miss any videos that I upload, because I am considering reviewing another show. I'll post that on the community tab, so stay tuned for that. But subscribe to the channel, okay? And give the content a thumbs up if you enjoy it, because that helps it travel through the algorithm and also helps it so that YouTube knows what you like, okay? Let's get into it for real. So I don't have much time, so I won't be before you long, okay? Because I do have to go to work. And unfortunately for me, my morning has been, you know, things have been happening. But I have to start off with saying I'm excited. These episodes that I'm going to review today, I only watched 6 and 7. And the episodes were good, dare I say. They were much more interesting and enjoyable to watch this time. So I'm excited about that. So the episode opens up in the morning. I feel like a lot of these continuation episodes do. So it's the morning time, and we see Britton and Ethan being very lovey-dovey, and it just was kind of like, oh my gosh, whew, James can see y'all. This is very sad. We also see that Sophie is still pissed. She's pissed, and rightfully so. But then as the episode progresses, we get Jawa and Nick doing some meditating. And I have to say, I was happy to see them making an effort to connect beyond the workshops or whatever else is put in front of them to do as a task. I was happy to see them really doing it on their own time to try and connect in a different type of a way. That was nice to see until Jawa let her horniness get the best of her, and she wanted to be on top of him and all of that. And then we see they did a rule break. But I felt like, to me, and let me make this a point to say, in this show, I understand that there will be rule breaks. This is not my first season that I've watched. I'll remind you, I've watched all the seasons, so I understand that there will be rule breaks. My point is that I feel like the rule breaks should come a little bit later, once you actually have an established connection with someone. Therefore, there's a little bit more of a reason to break the rules. But I felt like with this cast, they were just frivolously breaking rules because they could. So with that being said, in this scene, I felt like, you know, not that I was like giving them a little bit of a pass, because like they did try to do, and we don't know how long that scene was, right? They cut it to fit into the episode, but surely they were out there meditating for longer than we saw. But it just was like, it was nice to see them try and connect in a different way. And then I felt like, you know, get a little pass. They wanted to like seal that with the kiss, but where it's wrong is like they had already rule broke like twice before that. So it just was kind of like, oh. So then we get Lana summoning the group to the cabana, and it's to give them their bands, right? And Jawa and Nick don't get one. Lana said, y'all don't get one. Y'all broke too many rules. Y'all don't get any bands, period. And then they confess to the group that basically they rule broke, and so that's probably why they don't get bands. And we find out they broke the rules 3 times within 36 hours, and they lost $38K. Very expensive fund. The prize fund now stands at $79,000. Listen, I don't know about you, but what is that? Now, Jawa and Nick have to spend the night in the suite to be tested. But the gag is, Lana is like, this is not, and this is what really I felt like made the episode more enjoyable to watch, because it was more disciplinary action, I guess. And I appreciate that. So Lana basically is saying, if y'all do what y'all supposed to do, then y'all will get y'all bands. But what they don't know is that if they break the rules, they going home. They going home. So I really liked that. So they go to the suite. Of course, Jawa is tempting him, and they always try to make it look like, oh no, what's gonna happen in the suite? Are they gonna do something? And it's like, we already know that these people have the self-control to not break rules. They just do it because they frankly don't care. So when they are being tested to go into the suite, of course you're gonna make it look like it's possible that they're gonna break rules, but we know better than that. So it's the next morning, everybody comes down, they come out, they find out that not only do you, not only were you having to like be good to get your watch, you also had to be good so you were not eliminated. And then we find out it's either a plane ticket home, or a watch in the thing, and they have watches, which is like, again, these people know how to control themselves. They just choose not to. Like, hello, because again, that is the ultimate test. If you can be in a suite alone all night with all kind of sexual accoutrement and not do anything, then surely you have the self-control and you possess the restraint to not do stuff that you technically shouldn't be doing. Then we get Nigel asking James how he felt about the whole Britain situation. And James made a good point. Like, if she would have just held on a little bit longer, then we would have got these watches, and then we would have had opportunities to express our physical connection more. But I also feel like, again, I said this before, I don't know if this is how he is or not, because he didn't say that, but it was given to me that he was the type of person where like he can't turn it on a little bit, because if he turns it on a little bit, then it's kind of like he needs to be able to like go all the way. So he would rather not turn it on at all. So I don't know if that's the case or not. And if that's not the case, then it's like you could still give her like hugs and cuddles and kisses on the cheek, different things like that, to give her some sort of physical attention without like breaking the rules. And he just didn't give her any. So then throughout this episode, I see Seb is constantly telling Kayla how hot she is, her tits look great and all of this stuff. And at first I was like, to me, that would be a red flag to me. If I was dating someone and all they ever told me was how hot I was, it's like, well, do you really see me then? If you only see me as this outward vessel when I'm so much more than my physical appearance, like, and maybe he does, right? But I can only go based off what I see on the screen, right? What they choose to air. And it just was like, hello, like, can we get a little bit more of you telling her what you like about her, aside from how hot she is and how great her tits look? So now Shan comes in, it's workshop time, and this workshop was just, it started off just so, I'm like, are we in the presence of grown men or not? I'm confused. These men or boys were acting very childish. It was insane. And at one point, Shan even asked them, like, let me remind you what this was supposed to be about. And let me ask you if you feel like you respected the workshop. And that's when they all, for the most part, felt like idiots, because it's like, she said, yo, you had a chance to really like respect and honor and admire the yoni, and you chose to go about it the way that you did. How small of you. But then some of the guys, more than others, they were like, okay, you know what, we tripping, like let's really like get serious and really like take a second, especially when she made all of the valid points that she made. I do feel like some of them really did get it and it really did click and register to them. Ethan was not one of those people, but some of them really did get it. Like Seb, for example, I felt like after that workshop he really did take something away from it, which was nice. Ethan, however, took nothing away. He was not paying attention. He couldn't even remember what the workshop was about. It just was like, why are you here? Because at the point in which you came on the show, you knew it was too hot to handle. So why are you here? So then we get Ethan pulling Britain to talk, right? And she asked him about the workshop. She wanted to know, and he couldn't tell her. He's like, yes, it was about the yoni, which is like another word for the vagina that's like on your body. And it's like, okay, is that all? It was just awful. And Britain peeped too. She was like, okay, I was hoping that he was going to be able to like get something from it and tell me more, and he couldn't. He couldn't. And it was actually embarrassing watching him being like, I just want to know what we got to do to make these watches turn green. What do we got? And it's like, you're not going to get it to turn green because you're not actually trying to connect. You're just trying to get a green light to do something physical. Please get this man off the show. Where's his replacement? So then we get Seb and Kayla talking. And again, I just felt like after the workshop, Seb took something away from it. And I love to see him just process the workshop and then apply it really and truly, or at least that's what it appeared to be, right? And it was nice to see him and Kayla have the conversation and just talk about how they feel about each other and everything. And then they got a green light, and it was like, well deserved. They deserved that green light. Good for them. They are making great progress, which I really like to see. It's like, yes, the show is meant to be a little bit of scandalous with like the rule breaks and stuff, but I feel like the essence of it is to watch people form genuine connections. And so watching them grow and really like each other and connect and learn each other and know each other is really nice. So when they got that green light, it was like, well deserved. I actually gave a round of applause. Okay. James then comes to talk to Britain, which I was like, yes, please interrupt this conversation because it's going nowhere fast. Okay. James comes over and then he talks to Britain and tells her about the workshop, what he did pay attention to. Okay. Because Ethan did not. And then he tells her that he could have, you know, just been more understanding to what she wanted instead of just strong arming a relationship and being like, this what we gonna do, bop, bop, bop. And she was receptive to it. And he asked her, where was she gonna sleep? And she was like, with you. And it's like, good for y'all. Good for y'all. Good for y'all. I kind of wanted their watches to turn green at that point, but because I feel like she has been dying for some like physical something and she has not gotten it at all. So I kind of wished that their watches would have turned green in that moment because they did have a connection before she split and went to Ethan. So it was like them getting a green light would have been nice. Then it's bedtime and Britain goes to get into James's bed. And Ethan doesn't know about it. And when he walks in, he's pissed. But it's like, you don't care about that girl. You're not trying to know her, learn her, and understand her. You just want somebody to get physical with. And you knew that she wanted to break the rules. So you thought, you know, this would be good. And it backfired. Nanny boo boo. Anyways, that was the episode. Let me know down in the comments what you thought. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. And I'll catch you in the next one.